Getting set for Game 2 here in North Little Rock as the RoughRiders battle the Arkansas Travelers once again. It's time for another episode of Riders on Deck here on Riders TV. I'm Rouillard alongside Nathan Barnett. We get set for the middle game of this three-game set. The RoughRiders coming off another tough loss, shut out again last night. It's a tough formula we're seeing lately. Good pitching, struggling hitting, but boy, as soon as these bats get back, if the pitching continues like it has, this should be a team that can pick up right where it left off earlier.
Yeah, the pitching's been great, and the addition of Frank Lopez to the starting rotation yesterday, he's a guy that maybe there's a question mark just because he had been working out of the bullpen, even though he had been good as a starter early on in the year, and he excelled yesterday, so it's going to be another piece of this starting rotation that's going to be really good. And you look at the offense, they haven't really lost anybody. A lot of teams around the league have lost a lot of players, so it is seemingly just a matter of time before these guys get clicking once again. It was a tough month of June for the offense. They hit only about 202 as a team. So if you can pace back what they were doing in May and replicate it on top of the month of July and keep this good pitching going, it's going to be a big-time month for this team. And it's just, baseball seasons are weird. They're long. A lot of factors play into them, and it can be just one little tweak here and there where a couple of guys get going and it totally changes the feel of the offense.
You talk about not losing a lot of guys. Now they get a guy back as well, and Luis Marte coming off the DL yesterday, 1 for 4 in his return. He could probably bring a lot back, whether it's defensively, offensively, and just bench depth as well here.
Yeah, and they get Edwin Garcia from AAA Round Rock today, so the depth is incredible. You've got arguably 5 guys that can play shortstop, maybe even 6. Guys that can play third base, guys that can play second base. There's a lot of versatility on this team. It's going to allow those middle infielders to have rest, to play fresh. And we talked about Luis Marte a little bit on the air last night, but he's a guy that defensively is about as good as they come at shortstop and was actually hitting the ball really well before he went down as well, and was hitting the ball well in the Arizona League. His injury was not one that you think should linger on and bother him offensively. A fractured hand, fractured finger. It's not like it was a muscle or a tear or something like that would really linger around for a while. So he could be a big part of the offense moving forward as well. He's a versatile player. He can run. He can put the ball in play. So he's going to be hitting leadoff tonight, which will be interesting to see how he takes his approach into the game, batting in that leadoff spot in place of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who for the first time this year will be batting ninth.
And that lineup is going to try to bat Connor Sadzik again tonight, a guy that was a little bit limited last time with the All-Star game coming up, but he threw pretty well on Tuesday in Springfield. And the RoughRiders hope they can get another good start out of him tonight, which wouldn't be all that uncommon with the way he's throwing.
Yeah, it seems like every single time he goes out, you can pretty much guarantee 6 innings, 3 runs or fewer, probably 4 or 5 strikeouts and just a couple of walks. So he's going to keep the RoughRiders in the ball game. The question is, can that offense come back alive and figure out a way to solve Victor Alcantara tonight?
Connor Sadzik is our guest today on the Dr. Pepper pregame show as well. We get going tonight at 6:35 with our Dr. Pepper pregame show for a 7:10 first pitch here from North Little Rock, Arkansas. That does it for another episode of Riders on Deck. For Nathan Barnett, I'm Rouillard. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you next time here on Riders TV.